So today I'm going to show you my evening routine, particularly in the warmer months. I've just got kind of quite a simplified routine for nighttime, but I thought I'd just talk you through some of the products that I use. And even though I try and keep it quite simple, it still probably takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to do my evening routine. And I think it's a good time to just think about everything, and it's definitely a little bit of quiet time for me, and I definitely I find it quite meditative doing my my evening routine. Just take off my eye makeup, and at the moment I'm using MV Organic Pure Jojoba. This is the product, and the reason I really like this is that I literally put it on some damp cotton wool, and I feel it conditions the lashes as well as removing any eye makeup. So I just start by taking off any eye makeup that I might have on. Once the eye makeup's off, I use a bit of a cleanser, and I use a gel. I prefer a sort of gel, lightly foaming cleanser, and the one that I'm using at the moment is a sample for a product that we're launching that's coming out hopefully by the end of the year. If you are wearing foundation, I think you probably need to do that step twice. Important not to use really hot water when you're washing your face or taking a shower. Anything too hot or even too cold can cause you to have broken capillaries, so I would try and avoid really hot water. I tend to use sort of tepid water when I'm washing my face. At this point I get asked about toners a lot, and to be honest I'm not really a big fan of toners unless you have really oily skin. So what I recommend is just some cold water on some cotton wool pads, and I just use that just to wipe over the skin and just make sure there isn't any residue. And then it really depends on how my skin's feeling, the time of year, and kind of if I'm going to do a treatment. So tonight I'm just going to show you the very simple version. So I'm literally just going to use one product, and I'm using a product at the moment called Medicate Our Retinoid. I've been using it for about 4 weeks, and it's good for the summer because this form of vitamin A doesn't cause skin sensitivity in the sun, so you can use it all year round. I think it's a good option, particularly for the summer months, and I think that the studies are quite good on this product. And while I have to say I haven't used it for long enough to really see a difference in my skin, I like the texture, and I like the concept, and I think it's a good starting point. It hasn't caused any irritation, hasn't caused any dryness. When you're applying cream, just remember your neck. I think one of the other good things about this particular product is you can also use it around the eyes, so I'm not using a separate product at the moment. So literally just press it around the eye area. And then usually what I end up doing is I take some supplements in the evening, and again that also depends on sort of how I'm feeling, what time of year it is, what I think my body needs. At the moment I'm taking something that's to support estrogen metabolism, so that's not what I'd recommend for everyone, but I take that at night. And then the one thing that I do take pretty much all year round every evening is melatonin, so I use a melatonin spray. This is one by Physica. This is particularly good because it's very bioavailable, easily absorbed. It's a spray, you just spray it under the tongue. And depending on your age and your sleep and various things, you can tailor the dose accordingly. So I probably take 2 to 4 sprays under the tongue at night, and that's to sort of help with sleep, but it's also a very powerful antioxidant. So once I've taken my supplements or anything that I need to take orally, and I always have a glass of water in my bathroom, I then brush my teeth, and before I do that I floss. So I prefer these interdental brushes. I think they're the easiest and quickest things to use. And then I brush my teeth, and at the moment I'm on a bit of a quest to find a good, effective, non-toxic toothpaste, and at the moment I'm testing out this. So this is an activated charcoal by Dr. Organics. That's something you can pick up in Holland and Barrett. This one looks really dark, but actually when you start brushing your teeth, it doesn't look really bad, so it's fine. Toothbrush maybe will promote some oral health. Why not? I think flossing and oral health is actually really important because one of the main entry points for bacteria into our body is through the mouth. So I think good oral hygiene is really important. So once I've done all that, I then always use something on my lips, and my favourite for many years is just this Burt's Bees lip balm. And then hand cream. At the moment I'm using Egyptian Magic, so this is something that actually has a lot of, well, it's essentially all pretty much olive oil and in a beeswax base. Very hydrating, quite thick, so not something I use in the daytime, but I think it's really nice to put on last thing at night. You feel like it's going to soak in and really hydrate the hands. So that's sort of the end of my nighttime routine, and that's sort of the really simplified, pared down summertime version where I'm too hot and too tired to do much more. But I think that those are the basics and my essentials. And the only other thing I would say is that I do sleep on a silk pillowcase. So I definitely recommend silk pillowcases. I think they stop your hair from getting really tangled up, and definitely nicer on the skin.